The darkest chapters of human history contain stories of unimaginable atrocities committed during times of war. One such horrifying aspect of World War II was the treatment of captured female soldiers by the Nazis. Beyond the widely known atrocities faced by prisoners of war, women soldiers faced additional forms of brutal violence, sexual assault, and dehumanization at the hands of their captors. In this video, we shed light on the unspeakable acts inflicted upon female soldiers captured by the Nazis during World War II. Through a careful examination of historical records and survivor accounts, we aim to provide a sobering glimpse into the harrowing experiences endured by these brave women. Female soldiers who fell into the hands of the Nazis often suffered unimaginable sexual violence and abuse. Many were subjected to repeated rapes and sexual assaults by German soldiers and officers. The Nazis justified these acts as a means to exert power, humiliate the enemy, and degrade the women's dignity. These sexual assaults were often coupled with sadistic torture and physical abuse, leaving the women with both physical and psychological scars. The trauma inflicted upon these women soldiers was intended to break their spirit and reduce them to objects of humiliation and powerlessness. Many captured female soldiers were forced into slave labor camps or subjected to medical experiments conducted by Nazi doctors. These women were subjected to grueling labor conditions, often working long hours with inadequate food and shelter. The physical and emotional toll on these women cannot be overstated. Some female prisoners, particularly those labeled as racial enemies, were subjected to cruel and inhumane medical experiments. These experiments included sterilization procedures, forced abortions, and other forms of reproductive violence aimed at eradicating perceived threats to the Nazi ideology. Female soldiers, like their male counterparts, were also victims of extermination campaigns. Women from resistance movements or those suspected of aiding the enemy were executed, often after enduring severe torture. These acts were meant to instill fear among others who dared to resist or oppose the Nazi regime. Despite the horrendous treatment they endured, many female soldiers demonstrated remarkable resilience and bravery. Some women joined resistance movements, risking their lives to sabotage Nazi operations, gather intelligence, and help fellow prisoners escape. These acts of defiance were often met with severe punishment, yet they served as a testament to the indomitable human spirit. Survivors of the Nazi atrocities have recounted stories of strength, unity, and determination among women prisoners. They formed support networks, offering solace and encouragement when despair seemed insurmountable. By supporting and protecting one another, these women found a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. It is essential to acknowledge and honor the survivors of these heinous crimes, as well as those who were tragically lost. While the full extent of the suffering endured by female soldiers during this time may never be fully known, their stories serve as a stark reminder of the human capacity for both resilience and cruelty. By shedding light on the unspeakable acts inflicted upon female soldiers by the Nazis, we must ensure that these stories are not forgotten or minimized. It is through remembrance, education, and continued efforts to prevent such atrocities that we can strive for a world where all individuals are treated with dignity, respect, and humanity. The treatment of captured female soldiers by the Nazis during World War II represents an unimaginable horror within an already devastating conflict. The sexual violence, physical abuse, forced labor, and extermination faced by these women were reprehensible acts motivated by hatred, power, and the desire to destroy their spirit. The bravery and resilience of these women, however, cannot be understated. Amidst the darkness, many demonstrated defiance, courage, and a determination to survive and resist the Nazis' dehumanizing agenda. Remembering the atrocities faced by female soldiers during this time is crucial. It serves as a reminder of the capacity for human cruelty and compels us to strive for a world where such horrific acts are not repeated. By learning from history and advocating for human rights and justice, we can honor the survivors while working towards a more compassionate and inclusive world.